I blew it, YouTube. I blew it. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the player posse. Shout out to the player party. You know what I'm saying? We back at it again with another one. This is episode 7 of the game. This should be episode 8. I planned on having 2 videos today. You know what I'm saying? I got a whiteboard with a list of video ideas that I need to get out. And right before this video, I was about to edit the video that I had finished. And the topic was set goals. Tell me why I get on there, I start to edit, and there's no sound. And I'm like, dang, you feel me? Maybe I, turn the volume up on my iPad. Still can't hear nothing. I'm looking at the microphones. I'm like, it look cool to me. I'm like, wait, let me check the instructions real quick. Maybe I'll press the button on accident. Why did I mute the mic? Like a dickhead. Muted the mic. So I blew it. And that's all right though. That's okay. Players fuck up too sometimes. You know what I mean? And the second video I was gonna make was be consistent. Like I'm trying to be consistent on here and come with these videos. Come with more and more game, more and more videos. And I wanted to do 2 today. So in order to be consistent and to accomplish my goal of 2 videos today, I'm just gonna combine this video of be consistent and set goals, because I'm not gonna be able to recreate that video. Video is 40 minutes long, and it's muted. I can't even remember everything I said, because like I said, this come off the top of the dome. So of course I remember some of it, because I remember some of the goals I talked about that I set and that I reached. So I'm just gonna combine the 2. But before I get into that, let me bring it back and get back into a little bit of a player mode, because I just blew it. So let's get to the kicks of the day, fragrance of the day, book of the day. Today we got the reverse he got games, and I hope I didn't put these on here already. What I should have did was check to make sure I didn't on my other videos, because I said that in a previous video and I didn't even check. So if I did, now I'm double goofy. You feel me? But anyway, shout out to Jordan, Jumpman Jordan, 23, the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Greatest man, lace him up. And these are the reverse he got games. Now the other original he got games, the real ones, where it's white, it was black, and where it's black, it was white. You know what I'm saying? This is a player shoe, leather. You know what I'm saying? I love leather shoes. Easy to keep them clean. Easy to maintain. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate the leather. Great shoe. And since I couldn't get the original He Got games, when the reverses came out, I had to grab. And one of the goals I'm going to set for myself is to be Jordan sponsored. So Jordan, Mr. Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Help a brother out. Help a brother reach his goal of being sponsored. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Jordan dude. I'm a Jordan man. That's what I rock. Some people like, Balenci's. I do like Prada. Prada, Gucci's, Louis. I like Jordan. That's what I like to put on my feet. That's my feet heat. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jordan. 13s and 12s is my favorite style of Jordan. So you feel me? I got a lot of those. Y'all gonna see my collection eventually, because I'm gonna keep bringing out, new pairs. Not new pairs, but different pairs that I got in my collection. So y'all gonna see. I really do rock with Jordan. I really do got pairs. I only buy what I like. I don't buy every pair that come out. I don't buy every number. You feel me? Because some numbers I'm not a fan of like I am others. So I buy what I like. Shout out to Jordan. Reverse He Got games. Fragrance of the day. D&G Intensio. You know what I'm saying? I actually bought this in Mexico. Shout out to baby that took me to Mexico for my birthday. You know, I'll do a little story time because she was a pivotal part of my life. You know, the only girl I actually took serious, you know what I'm saying, and had a relationship with. Um, you know, she ended up leaving because she thought I cheated on her or something. I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, my word, if I say it, I mean it. So I really didn't. But that's neither here nor there. You know, well, that's just what I think it was. You know, but I'm not ain't no bad blood with her. You know, she was a real good part of my life. You know what I'm saying? We had great times. You know, but it's gonna be some story times. We still cool to this day, so it's all good. You know, still good with her family. But when we had went to Mexico for my birthday, this was after she had left me. You feel me? We ended up, she still wanted to take me to Mexico for my birthday months later. So like I said, we still good. It's all good. It wasn't nothing crazy. You feel me? She just probably outgrew me, or probably just want to do something else, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Who knows? But this was a fragrance I got when we was on the way back from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I was in the airport and the lady had stopped me. You know what I'm saying? While I was actually looking, you know, at all the fragrances they had, trying to see if they had stuff that I couldn't get that was near me. And the lady came talk to me, asked me what I liked. I told her what I had, what I liked, and she pointed me to this. So I ended up rocking with it. So this is a real sexy fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Date night fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Late night fragrance. You dig? Yeah, go get you some of that. You know what I'm talking about? D&G, Dolce and Gabbana. Book of the day. As a Man Thinketh. Yes, listen to the audiobook. Okay, once again. Didn't read this here, but listen to the audiobook and I bought it. Shout out to Barnes and Noble. You know what I'm saying? Barnes and Noble make it easy for a player to get his books. You know what I'm saying? To get the literature he's looking for. But the title is self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? It's you, as you think, you are. You are. You know what I'm saying? You are what you think. Your reality is based off, you know, your thoughts and what you bring to fruition. And so that's also part of setting goals. You know what I'm saying? You set a goal, you think about the goal, you reach it, you achieve it. You know what I'm saying? You be consistent in order to reach that goal. Go ahead, listen to the audiobook if you haven't. If you don't have the book, go get it. It's not that expensive. It's pretty cheap. It's a, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. But it's an inspirational book. You know what I'm saying? And it's an empowering book. You know what I'm saying? How to organize and control your thoughts to determine your reality. You know what I'm saying? So, as a man thinketh, go cop that. Man, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm highly upset at myself, and I can only be mad at myself. You know what I'm saying? Moving too fast, not doing my due diligence to make sure my T's is crossed and my I's was dotted. But hey, we here now. You feel me? You know, earlier in the video I spoke about setting small goals in order to reach bigger goals. You know what I'm saying? And to tie it in with being consistent, you have to be consistent in the methods and the strategy involved in setting and reaching those goals. You know what I mean? And you know, one thing I said that you could do is, you know, if you could decide, you know, to make your bed up when you get out of it every morning. You know, for me personally, I used to be on the go a lot. I'd be getting up and going. I might not have made my bed up every time. You know what I'm saying? But when I noticed that was something that I said, I was like, you know what? That's not very player of me. It's not very player. I need to get up, take a few moments out of my day. It's a few seconds. It doesn't even take a whole minute to just make your bed up. You know what I'm saying? Keep your things in order. Make your bed up when you get out of bed. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy goal that you can achieve. And you can check that off the list for the day. You know, say, okay, got up, made my bed. I accomplished something. Boost your confidence, boost your morale. You know what I'm saying? And I also said, hey, you know, oral hygiene. Set another goal. If I only brush my teeth once a day, you know what I should do? Step it up twice a day. When I wake up, when I go to sleep. That's easy to do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you brush your teeth twice a day. That's an easy goal to check. I get up, make my bed, and what's next? Brush my teeth. That's 2 checks off already. You know what I'm saying? Just being on top of what I need to be at my best. You know what I'm saying? And before I get into bed, go ahead, brush them teeth one more time. Brush the day off of them teeth. You know what I'm saying? So when you wake up, your breath is already semi-fresh. And you can go ahead and just brush the sleep out your mouth. Simple as that. You know, one of the first goals, not one of the first goals, but an easy goal that I had set for myself was to hit 135 on the bench. You know what I'm saying? like I said before, I ran track most of my life. You know what I'm saying? And bench press wasn't necessarily a focus of exercise for us, you know? So, that's where I was lacking. I had legs, I had abs, I could do all the other exercises, I could curl, you know what I'm saying? But my bench and my push-ups were terrible, you know? And I had set a goal to hit 135. But it took consistency in the gym, working constantly at it, being focused on where I was lacking to be better. And, after 4 months of hard, consistent work, maybe 5 months of hard, consistent work, being dedicated, being consistent, being diligent, being disciplined, I was able to achieve that goal, and it felt good. You know what I'm saying? So once I hit that, I said, okay, what's my next goal? 225. Slap another 2 plates on there. Boom, boom. 225 is my next goal. And once I got diligent and consistent in the gym, I took my time, I made my gains, and guess what I was able to accomplish? 225. When I hit that, how do you think I felt? Amazing. Especially, being not so big, you know what I'm saying? I was like, shoot, I hit 225. You know what I mean? So what do you think my next goal is? Slap another 2 plates on there. Boom, boom. I need 315. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start my powerlifting regimen in a couple months. And when I do that, that's when I'll be, checking what all my maxes are right now. And that'll determine, how hard I got to work, how consistent I got to be to hit 315. I don't know how far away I am for 315 right now. The last time I hit 215, I hit it twice, so I know I could do that. But that was months ago, maybe it might even be a year ago. I had different reasons for not being consistent, which are none of them are good excuses. It's never a good excuse to not be consistent, not be disciplined. But, I had to focus on other things which made me lack in the gym area. So, I just been getting back diligent and consistent in the gym the past couple months. And so I'm back, close to where I was, and there's going to be, some work that's going to get done. But 315, that's my next goal. And I'm going to hit it because I said I was. And I know all I got to do is put the work in, because I hit my goal of 135. I hit my goal of 225. So why can't I hit 315? I've already shown myself I just got to do the work and be diligent and be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is key. Consistency is what allows you to achieve whatever goal you set. You just have to make small progress every single day. Small progress every single day. Progress is progress, whether it's big progress or little progress. You're still better than you were yesterday. And that should be your goal in any and everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? And never quit. Never accept quitting. Quitting should never happen. You should never allow yourself to quit. You might be able to take a break, take a pause. You should never allow yourself to quit. You know what I'm saying? My degree came in the mail the other day. And I feel really proud about it. You know what I'm saying? This is my degree. In chemistry. I have a degree in chemistry. You know what I'm saying? The degree of Bachelor of Arts with a major in chemistry. Also have a minor in psychology. But I have a degree from a university. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't easy. When COVID hit in the middle, I had to take a break. Shoot, before that, my first semester, I failed every class, every single one. I had botany, I had chemistry, and I had a math class. I want to say it might have been statistics. I failed every single course because I wasn't ready for that jump. I wasn't ready to be consistent with my homework and stuff. I wasn't ready to be diligent in the library. I wasn't ready for that. JUCO wasn't as difficult. That was like continued high school to me. But when you get to the university, they step it up. They expect you to know a lot more, a lot faster. And when I got to where I was going, I was enjoying myself. I was having fun on campus. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even thinking about school the way I was supposed to. But I didn't quit. I didn't give up, and I didn't let it discourage me. I said, okay, I set a goal. I have to achieve it. There's nothing I can let it stop me. you know. And as I went on, it was classes I had to retake after that. It wasn't like every class I took, I just, you know what I'm saying? But I stayed consistent and I did what I had to do. And now I have a degree. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything in life takes work. Nothing is for free. Nothing's going to be given to you. You know what I mean? And if it is given to you for free, you're not going to cherish it and respect it and hold it with the same regard as something you had to work for. And consistency gives you that to get to where you want to go. You know, when you get older and you've lived a lot of life, you know, you get a chance to look back on things and you get a chance to say, man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. And the greatest thing you could do is start today. The greatest thing you could do is start today with whatever it is you want to set your mind to, whatever goal you want to reach. You know what I'm saying? The greatest thing you could do is start today and be consistent in it. It's never too late to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, like when these people get old, these old CEOs and these old millionaires and billionaires, people are like, well, you already got your money. Why are you still going? Because they constantly set goals. They constantly want to move higher to an upper echelon. They constantly want to better themselves. They constantly want to increase their net worth. They constantly want to increase their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They constantly want to increase the position of their family, their status. You know what I'm saying? But it takes setting goals to do that. Whether it's a little goal, whether it's a big goal. They say if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you'll still land on some stars. You know, so setting goals is very important because setting goals gives you a reason to live. You know, for people that are depressed, you know, find something that you want to attain. Set a goal that you want to reach. And don't let it stop once you reach that one goal. Set another goal that's a little higher and further than that. You know, like I said, I used to run track. My dad had a traveling team that he coached. And I wasn't on that team because he had quit by the time I was of age to run track. But, you know, we had moved from LA and all that. But, you know, one thing that I knew is that you're not necessarily racing the people in your heat. You know, you're racing against yourself. You're racing against your best time. You're racing against the clock. The only thing that matters is beating your last best personal time. You know what I'm saying? The goal that you should have in every race isn't to beat the person next to you. It's to beat your fastest time. You know what I'm saying? That's how you truly get faster. And you be consistent in working day in and day out, getting good rest, getting good nutrition, getting good practices in, getting good weight gym sessions. And you be consistent and you work a little bit every day. You take off 0.1 seconds, another 0.1 seconds, another 0.1 seconds. And over some time, you'll be faster than everybody. Why? Because you're knocking down your own personal time. As long as you're working on your own personal time, getting faster and faster and faster and beating the clock more and more and more, eventually you'll beat everybody around you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be consistent. You have to constantly work. You have to constantly motivate yourself. You can't be expecting somebody else to motivate you. You have to constantly motivate yourself. You know what I'm saying? And another thing about racing is you can't be looking side to side to see what other people are doing in the race, because now you've lost focus on your end goal. And that little bit of doubt, that little bit of concern for others makes you lose that much time on what you're focused on, which is that finish line. You know, you'll lose a little bit of form looking over here. You'll lose a little bit of momentum looking over there. You'll lose sight of what your goal is when you're paying attention to other people. And it doesn't matter what other people got going on, because some people start the race off very fast and then taper off. Some people start off very slow and then speed up. You know what I'm saying? So everybody runs their own race differently. You know, when you look at Usain Bolt, he doesn't get to his top speed as soon as he's out of the blocks. And You know, a lot of people, when you look at a race from Usain Bolt, it looks like everybody's, it's a good heat. But as time goes on, he's spreading that gap. He's reaching his top speed and he's getting faster and faster as the race goes on because he's focused on the finish line. He's not worried about they're beating me right now. We're not running 10 meters, we're running 100 meters. So this first 10 meters doesn't matter. This first 30 meters doesn't matter. This first 50 meters doesn't matter. The whole 100 meters matters. That's what matters, the whole 100. You may get 50 meters faster than me, but you're not going to get the whole 100 meters faster than me because that's the race we're running. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be focused on what somebody else got going on. You got to focus on you and yours. You got to focus on your consistency, your diligence, your discipline, because that's what's going to make you reach whatever goal you got. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I reached the goal of getting my diploma. You know what I'm saying? When I started investing, my first goal was $1,000. So I would take $100 out of every check. No, it was $50. I would take $50 out of every check. Invest until I got to $1,000. And when I got there, I was like, dang, that was faster than I thought. Because it took me about a year, but that's because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just slowly investing. I was still learning. I was watching Bloomberg, which is the channel. Shout out to Bloomberg. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the stock investment channels. The stock market opened at 6:30. So it was times I had to get up for work early. So I was getting up, and while I was getting ready for work, I was watching them channels. I was learning about portfolios. I was learning about, these companies and how they move and how they increase and how they get profits. And, so I first started, I wanted dividends because I just knew dividends paid you. I didn't know how it worked. But after a while I learned, okay, they pay you quarterly and they pay you based on the profits of the company, based on how much you invested is a certain percentage, just like, all these factors, and that's how much you get out of dividends every quarter for the companies. And, after a while I was like, okay, so now I was able to consolidate, because I bought a lot of different stocks because I didn't know what I was doing. I was buying stuff like Coca-Cola, Nike, Apple, Microsoft, and shout out to Robinhood and Charles Schwab. Those are the two brokerages that I use. And Robinhood allows you to buy partial shares, so you don't have to buy the whole share. You can put in $10, $50, $100, $200, $12, $13, whatever, however much money you got, you can invest it in whatever you want. And that allowed me to learn. It allowed me to watch the charts. It allowed me to see when they went up and when they went down, and then paying attention to Bloomberg and other stock news channels. I was able to see, okay, what is manipulating the market? What makes these stocks go up and down? What mergers are happening, which makes stocks worth more or worth less? What things that are going on in the world make something worth more, which makes the stock of that company go up? I did my due diligence. I went to YouTube University. I started looking up certain people that were talking about it, that were sharing their portfolios. So that helped me grow, and I was consistent. Like I said, every check I was pulling out $50 and just putting it into something. And after I hit that 1,000, I was like, wow, that was a lot easier than I thought, and I really could have did more. I was just playing. So my next goal was 10,000, and I said, okay, bet. So I started putting $100 out of every check. And by that time, I got a better understanding. My stocks were going up. I started seeing my profits. I started seeing how much I put in versus how much my portfolio was worth. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then I started putting $200 every check, because now I'm thirsty. Now I'm actually getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm seeing how this works. You know what I'm saying? And over time, eventually I got to 10,000. So what you think my next goal was? 100,000. Now, unfortunately, I haven't gotten there yet. You know what I'm saying? I did have to pull a lot of my stocks to be able to help fund, my last couple of semesters of school, because, all this happened in 2020 when COVID happened. I ended up dropping out of that semester because they finished online, and for me, chemistry was too hard to do online. I needed to be in class, be able to ask questions, be in person, and put my hands to thing in lab, because lab was where I really excelled and where I learned what we were learning in class, when I was able to do it in the lab. And so, I took my break, and that's when I started working. And I started getting, I had multiple jobs, you know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to leave other things alone. So I'm like, hey, if I'm going to leave other stuff alone, I got to have a certain kind of income because I want to live a certain kind of lifestyle. I want to get fly. I want to buy stuff. I want to go places. I want to do things. I want to eat, you know what I'm saying? So I had to have multiple jobs. And, once I ended up going back to school because I had to finish what I started. I set a goal to get this degree and I had to do it. So once, they released the restrictions on you had to have the vaccine to be on campus, and it wasn't online, everything we wasn't as scared of COVID as we was, and they was allowing people to come back to campus, and I was able to go back, but I also had to relinquish hours, and then eventually I had to relinquish one of my jobs that was my main source of income because it was taking up too much time, and I had a goal that I had to reach, and so I had to stop investing. But with that, I also was losing money, so I had to pull from my investments. But like I said, I had learned good saving habits, good investment habits, and I had money that I was able to pull from. And that's what this is for. That's what a portfolio is for. For when in rainy days hit, you got something to pull from. Something that's growing, something that's giving you profits. The money that I put in is not how I hit 10K. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put 10,000 in stocks. All my assets increased and appreciated to 10K plus. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm at a place where now I'm ready to start doing options, because at first I was a little scared, a little weary, but now I've got a little bit more knowledge. You could paper trade, you could follow the trades as if you would have made it to see how you would have done before you start actually putting some money into it. I'm not going to advise anybody anything. I'm not going to do that. But I put my money down because it made it serious and it made me really want to grind to it because my money's in it, so I can't be playing, So, and I was consistent. Like I said, every single check, every single month, it was going straight to it. It didn't matter what I put it on. And then eventually, Robinhood allows you to buy crypto on there, and I got a Ledger. Shout out to Ledger cold storage. If you're gonna get crypto, get you some type of cold storage so you're not keeping your investments online. Somebody can hack and take that. They can't take it from a cold storage. Shout out Ledger. So that's what I have my crypto investments on, and I was able to buying from different platforms, but I was able to move them to the Ledger. And Robinhood eventually allowed you to put buy crypto investments, and I'll talk more about my portfolio later on, how I was on to those, but I missed the opportunity, how I invested and what I'm invested in and how much my portfolio is worth and how long ago I knew about Bitcoin and missed on that. So I'll get into that on a different video once I'm able to learn how to one of my goals is to get a PC for this situation, get a PC, and then get all the apps and all the software and all the platforms that I need to be able to, show my screen live, so I can show you what I'm investing in, show you, I could bring other people on, because I got homies that want to get on here, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk about X, Y, and Z. Like I said, not just YVSPN, but I got a podcast brewing up with me and my boy where we talk sports and fantasy football. We play fantasy football every year, but we'll get onto that later as well. I got the Los Vagos podcast that, me and the homies is doing, and that I want to be able to show clips of that and show clips, and I can react to things. So, another goal I got, which I'm going to reach, is going to get a PC and everything I need to be able to start doing it. I'm going to learn how to do better editing and all of that, to boost the quality of the videos, to make it more appealing so more people can get the knowledge that I have to share, so, you'll be able to track it with me. And I'm glad I had to pull a lot of my funds out of one of my portfolios so that way you can see me build it back up. So you can see, hey, you can have a portfolio, build it up, you can lose some or use some, and then you can build it back up again. You know what I'm saying? So we can see real time that you could, it's nothing to set a goal and to reach it. Set a higher goal and reach it. Set a higher goal and reach it. Like I said, I was adding zeros to my goal for the investments. I went from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000, and we're gonna and I want y'all to see me get 100,000. I want to reach 100,000 with y'all, and I hope y'all can reach 100,000 with me. We're gonna do it together. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna take consistency. It's gonna take work. I have to be consistent when making these videos. After I blew it making that video earlier, it was a really good video. Like I said, my videos are off the dome. It's raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great video. I was in a good mood. I'm in a bad mood now, so I really, I'm upset, and but I still got to be consistent. I still got to put the work in. I'm still gonna make another video after this, with a fresh idea, with a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? So, but I gotta be a man of my word. I'll do what I say, and I say what I mean. You know what I mean? So, let's put the work in. Let's put the work in together. Let's go and grow together. You know what I mean? I came back with this video, because I want y'all to set goals, and I want y'all to be consistent in setting goals and be consistent in reaching goals, because that's what makes you better. You know what I'm saying? I consistently want more knowledge, so I have to be consistent in searching for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a pharmacist. That's how I even got back into school. Me and the homie was doing what we was doing. One of my other partners, we both did our own thing, but birds of a feather flock together. And a medical school had opened up in the area, and my bro went to do sterile processing, and he was like, bro, you should do it too. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, but I'll do something else. So I went up for the pharmacy tech. I did it for the wrong reasons, but I ended up learning a lot. And when I started actually doing it, I was like, man, the pharmacist is the one who's making all the bread. You feel me? He got the chips with dip. You know what I mean? And he don't even be here all the time. You know what I'm saying? He be having stupid vacations, be gone a couple days. You feel me? But what really, and I'm the one counting the pills and dealing with the customers and at the register and running around doing this and that. Like, I was like, dang, like all he got to do is be smart. I respect pharmacists because they have a whole lot of knowledge. Like, doctors call them and ask them what they should be prescribing the patient sometime. Hey, what do you think about this? Patient got this and that. I want to prescribe him this. What do you think? Oh, no, you should probably give him this instead. You feel me? They got the game. So I said, shoot. And then I was like, how much you making? You said, what? You always on vacation? How you able to do? You making how much? Oh, what? That's what I need to be doing. So that's what inspired me to go back to school. What gave me a direction of what I wanted to do when I decided to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my pharmacy tech license. In that frame that I showed y'all with my college degree, my pharmacy tech license is behind it. I need to get another frame so they could both have their own separate frames, but I didn't have them, but I was definitely framing that for sure. But, you know what I'm saying? And in my studies, I decided, holistic remedies is what I'm more interested in. You know what I'm saying? Because that takes a lot of self-research. And like I said, I fell in love with research. And I did so good in lab, I also was able to get paid internship research on campus, paid. You know what I'm saying? Get paid to help somebody do research. You know what I'm saying? I was, one of my professors worked for the water board, you know what I'm saying, in the county. And he tests water, farm water, whatever water they bring in for different elements, you know what I'm saying, to make sure it's not toxic, lead, copper, that kind of thing. He had me testing his water. Then I ended up building GC, which is gas chromatography. I ended up putting together a GC from old GCs we call it the graveyard downstairs in the basement. I was taking off parts of there to put it onto a new thing that didn't have all the parts and pieces, and I was able to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot, and that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to continue to learn, continue to be a part of research. You know what I'm saying? Continue to be a part of the cutting edge, the new. You know what I'm saying? Troubleshooting, putting it together, methods, actually going through the steps, conducting the research, conducting the experiments, coming up with hypothesis, proving or disproving hypothesis. That's what I ended up liking the most. And so I figured holistic remedies would be better for me because that's more what I was into. You know what I'm saying? Once I got away from thinking I'm going to be a pharmacist and do X, Y, and Z, this is what I really want to do to really be able to help people. You know what I'm saying? So that's another goal I got. I'm going to get my money up so I can continue my education, whether that be, Eastern Chinese medicine, you know what I'm saying, other Eastern medicines. But that's the kind of schooling you would go to be a holistic doctor. And not to say that I wouldn't continue to be in pharmacy school, because like I said, they know a lot. And it's a lot you can learn to be in the holistic remedies by going to pharmacy school, But I did I took the first step. I accomplished the first goal I had in my ultimate goal, which is to get that chemistry degree, and I proved to myself I can do it. So that just means I could do more. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's always some more of it, and it's always some more of it, and it's always some more of it. And, you should always want to reach more. You should always want to better yourself in any way that you can. You know, in video games, you got to be consistent because you're not going to beat a game your first sit down, just your first run through. You know, in any game that you playing, you know, you're going to lose. You're going to lose a few times. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have, you're going to see that game over screen. You're going to have to start over. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hit a roadblock and not figure out what the piece to the puzzle is to get to the next area. But you be consistent. You continuously think your way, problem solve your way through it to get to the next level. Before you get to that final page where you see them credits drop down, you're like, man, I did that. I beat the game. You know, Christmas time for black people, that's when the families be coming through, right? And your cousin's always gonna end up staying the night. That's just what's gonna happen. And I remember one time, this is when like Vice City came out, and me and my cousin stayed up, and we would not go to sleep. If your mom come downstairs getting mad, we wasn't going to sleep, running up the light bill. We was running that thing up. You know, Christmas come and you get them video games, we gonna run that up. Madden 04 with Mike Vick on the cover, and stop playing. But like I said, Vice City came out, and we stayed up late, and we almost beat the game. And eventually I did beat it. So I was like, okay, I beat Vice City. So now I gotta beat San Andreas. Played the game, I beat it. And I said, okay, let me go back to Grand Theft Auto 3. Boom, played the game, and I beat it. So I ended up beating all the Grand Theft Autos up until San Andreas. You know what I'm saying? And because I set the goal that I wanted to beat all of the Grand Theft Autos that were out and available. And I did that. Now that might not mean much to you, but again, that was a goal that I set and I achieved. You know, it took some time. I had to be consistent, play, and I beat it. You know, once I did that, it made me want to beat other games like Metal Gear Solid. You know, I'll play Metal Gear Solid consistently, game after game, loss after loss, game over after game over. You know, he's like, then they play the little song, and then you got to, you know, restart the mission. You know what I'm saying? Then Call of Duty started coming out. What do you want to do? Beat the game. You want to beat Call of Duty. You know, I played the games until I won. I beat them. You know what I'm saying? When a couple years ago, you know, with some of the college homies, this is pre-COVID, we got hip to Fortnite, because Fortnite been out, little does everybody know. It been out, people just wasn't on it. But it became a free download on PlayStation 3. So, or PlayStation 4. Yeah, it became a free download on PlayStation 4. So, and Xbox. So once it was a free download, people was playing it. Our goal was to get a W, a single player W. And we played that game every single day. All of us trying to see who was going to be the first one to get a single player W. You know, and I wasn't the first one, but I eventually got my dub. You feel me? I put it on I was so juiced, you feel me? We'll like when it be the last 2 or 3, we'll put a phone down, start recording and hope, you feel me? Like, oh, he might do it, you feel me? But eventually I got my dub. You know, when I did it, I felt like I beat the game, because it was like, oh man, finally. You know what I'm saying? It was easy to get a two-man W or a group W, you know, 3-man W. It wasn't that hard. You know, it was difficult, but it wasn't that hard. It was very doable. You know, because you got some help. But that one-on-one, that single player W, that was tough. But I did it. And that's the kind of mindset I had. I'm very aggressive on accomplishing any goal that I have, any goal that I set. I'm very aggressive on accomplishing it. If somebody tell me I can't do something, that's something that I want to do now. You know, and I'm gonna go out of my way to prove to them and to myself that yes, it could be done. You know what I'm saying? The first person who wanted to fly in the sky, you know how crazy he sounded? Or she, whoever it might have been. You know how crazy people sounded thinking they was gonna fly in the sky like a bird? You sound sick. But after consistency and setting the goal, like, I'm gonna get in the sky. Now you got all type of airlines. You got hot air balloons. You got spaceships. You know what I'm saying? You got paragliders. You know what I'm saying? You got airplanes. You got jets. You know what I'm saying? We have vessels that can take us into flight. 300 years ago, people didn't think that was a thing. People didn't think that was possible. But it is. Because somebody made up in their mind that was their goal. You know what I'm saying? When people, before they made ships and boats, somebody was like, man, I want to cross those waters and see what's on the other side. People was like, what, are you stupid? Guess what they did? They built a vessel. They built a boat. They built a boat and they made it across. They sailed them seas. Same thing with an automobile. Somebody said, man, if we can only get something that we don't got to use these horse and carriage, man, I don't got to ride a horse. Man, are you crazy? That's the only way we're going to get there. We don't got this is the best animal to ride, the fastest, most efficient animal that we're going to be able to use to get from A to B. Somebody said, nah, that ain't it. I'm going to build this motor and I'm going to put it inside this buggy that's going to move them wheels. We won't need a horse. They thought he was crazy. He made it work. Somebody said, man, we got light from these candles, but candles burn out. And we got to keep finding a way to make more candles. There's got to be a way we can have light without a candle. How crazy do you think they thought he was? And now look, I got LED lights. I have different color lights. I can get the whole spectrum if I want it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's impossible, man. The only thing that's impossible is whatever you say is impossible. Whatever you limit yourself to, that's what's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You could do and achieve anything if you just put your mind to it and be consistent and diligent and disciplined enough to execute it. And that's what this is about, man. You know, I'm sick to my stomach that first video ain't make it out. But that's all right though, because my goal was to talk about setting goals, and I did that. My goal was to put another video out and be consistent in making my videos, and I did that. And what's gonna be even more better, ooh, that sounds terrible. What's gonna be better is when I make the next video, because I'm gonna make another video as soon as I finish this. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna make another video. I don't know what topic I'm gonna do, because I have a board up there that's like, hey, what are we gonna talk about? But you know, I feel like I talked about setting goals more than I talked about be consistent. But you know, I feel like they go hand in hand. You know, consistency is key in achieving the goals that you set. And that's the main point. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna consistently show Jordans until Jordan give me a deal. That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a Jordan deal. You heard it here. It's gonna happen. Now, is it gonna happen on my timing? No, because if it was my timing, I have a deal now. But is it gonna happen? Yeah, it's gonna happen. So I ain't really worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not worried about it, because I achieve everything I believe. Every goal I set, I knock it down. You know, so you know what I mean? Just be consistent, man. Believe in yourself, because the only person that's stopping you is you. The only thing that gets in your way of reaching your goals is your lack of consistency. You know, if you want to get stronger, get in the gym every day. Be consistent. If you want to get smarter, search out for knowledge, whether that be a book, whether that be educational videos, whether that be educational facilities. Do what you gotta do consistently every day. Put that work in. If you want to get faster, you gotta keep running consistently. You gotta work those muscles consistently. You want to be a better hooper, you gotta consistently put up jump shots. That's just what you gotta do. You gotta consistently shoot. If you want to be better at dribbling, you gotta dribble consistently until it becomes second nature. They say it takes, I want to say it's 10,000 hours to become, I don't want to say a professional, and I don't want to say elite. I forgot what the word is. An expert. It takes 10,000 hours of anything, whatever it is that you're doing, to become an expert. For it to become second nature, for it to have that permanent muscle memory. So that means you got to be consistent and put in some work. It's going to take some time. But the sooner you start, the sooner you'll finish. And that's what you got to take away from this. Start today. The best thing you could do is start today. The worst thing you could do is procrastinate and put it off. The worst thing you could do is complain about not starting before and use that as an excuse, because that's all. Everything else is just an excuse if you're not doing it. If you're not putting the work in, everything else is just an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So be diligent, put the work in, be consistent. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to the player posse. You know what I'm saying? The player party. We back at it again, man. Put some umbrellas in the chat, man. Put some umbrellas in the comments. Drop some umbrellas if you're fucking with me. You know what I mean? Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to be consistent watching my videos, hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. You dig? Until next time, you understand me?